that's Lee Evans. Hopefully we can get him and Sumi Rajpal on just to have a chat from a player's perspective of the men's cohort. So, subbing in for Lee, we've got one of the sponsors for today's event, which is Brett Blackmore. How are we doing, Brett?
Hey guys, very good, thanks. And you?
Yeah, oh mate, bloody warm.
Sweating here.
It is quite warm. I've got my fridge behind me ready to go, keeping all my stuff cool. But we've had some people using your sunscreen, Brett. They're loving it due to the heat today. So do you want to give a bit of a rundown of who you are and who you represent and what you're doing for the pickleball scene?
Yeah, sure. Just I'm new to the whole pickleball scene, like a year in now, and just love it. I mean, it's a great community here, and my friend and I have a skincare company, and we also help out with pain relief, like natural pain relief. So most of the product contain MSM, which is a form of organic sulfur.
Yep.
And we've been selling MSM for over 20 years here in Australia, and we've got a TGA listing, one of only two.
I might,
yes, yeah. One of our products, our main one is the Cell Soother.
Yep.
And it's like.
There you go.
So yeah, great for sunburn, and a lot of people might be using like a pawpaw cream. You could supplement with this. So it's really, really popular, and people that know. But yeah, like you mentioned, like our sunscreen, tinted mineral sunscreen, so no chemicals, so this just sits on your screen. Chemical sunscreen gets absorbed, so we're all about natural, what's good for you. And of course, anyone gets any cramps today, we've got our magnesium gel complex. And again, rather than magnesium oil, which is just magnesium with water, this is with aloe vera and hyaluronic acid, and has MSM as well, so it gets nice and deep to do the work. If anyone gets any cramps or sunburn or needs sunscreen today, drop by the booth.
Reach out. Yeah, I've got some of the stuff here. I don't know, the players have been enjoying it. And that magnesium roller that I've been using, that's the same one as this stuff here?
Yeah, same stuff. Just comes in a roller ball, so it's nice and handy.
Yeah. Guys at home watching that, especially if you play in the pickleball scene, I could not recommend this stuff anymore, any highly, because it works. Like, especially if you're like me and you play a nighttime session, you finish your games, hop on, what I do is I finish up for the night and then, go it over my legs and whatnot, and it makes such a difference in the morning when you've woken up. It's huge. So if anyone wants to reach out to have a look at your products, do you have a particular website that you'd recommend?
Yeah, it's just mismo.com.au.
And that's MISMO?
MISMO, yep, that's right. And because we're helping out with KT Academy, so if you're on your first purchase, you can get 20% off if you use the coupon code KT Academy.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, there you go, guys. I'd highly recommend it. These guys are obviously local. We're down here in Sunny Coast, and you guys are based in Sunny Coast.
That's right.
Yeah, supporting local organisations here for the local pickleball scene. What's not to like about it? So, give us a rundown, Brett. You had some games this morning. You're a random fill-in. How did you go?
Well, Dale from 6-0, had his partner went down with food poisoning, so I jumped in, and we got 1 from 3, and I got really found out today. It's a bit much for me. It's at too high a level, but it was good fun anyway. Yeah,
well, I did watch some of the games. I thought it was, pretty funny to see the two sponsors of the event playing together. I thought that was really cool. A good story there. So I'm glad you and Dale had some good times. And I mean, one of the games I watched you fellas playing, you did really well. Like, it wasn't. Yeah. I don't think you got beaten convincingly or anything. It was a good game to watch. So, well done. And from if we could go back to Mismo side of things. So, let's talk, I guess, magnesium. So let's talk recovery, because especially in the advanced scene, we have quite a lot of players that are, I guess, medical professionals, and they all have their own opinions on, what stretches to do and how to warm up and warm down and whatnot, but no one really looks at the, I guess, recovery point of view from a creams and moisturizers point of view, I suppose. What's your, can you explain what is magnesium? What does it do to the body? Why should we use it after an event?
Well, it just helps your muscles relax after a shower. If you have a shower and then you go with magnesium gel, it helps the muscles relax and helps you get a better sleep.
Yeah.
Even before playing it, because it loosens them up. So if you're stretching beforehand, magnesium gel on, you'll be much looser when playing. But it's not just the outside, it's also from the inside out. So MSM is just so beneficial. And like I said, those that know, those that don't, they should. is you just take a couple of teaspoons of MSM in the morning, and what MSM does is it's a natural anti-inflammatory. So those that suffer from arthritis or RA or osteoarthritis, they know, and they'll definitely take it. And I notice it from my knees from playing squash.
Okay.
When I don't take MSM, they really hurt. They stiffen up again. MSM won't cure you, but it will mask all the pain. So, well, won't mask all the pain. I can't promise you that. I'm not a doctor, but hey, if you do suffer from any niggles, it's definitely worth trying.
Yeah, fantastic. And MSM, for someone who doesn't know, which
Yep.
is me,
Yep.
what does that stand for? Is that some big medical term?
It is methyl sulfonylmethane. But it basically is just a form of organic sulfur. So we used to get organic sulfur, and we still do. We get it in everything we eat and drink, like coffee and beer even. But it's just that the soil has degraded so much over time, we're not getting enough in our diet like we used to. So you should be supplementing with some MSM.
Okay, that's really good to know. I guess these are the sort of things that if you're just a normal person like me who, like I know what Band-Aids do, and that's about it. It's always good to have advice, and especially with the particular, we're all playing sports, and it gets bloody tiring, especially when it's 35 degrees like it is today. Something like that regarding recovery is essential. So, no, thank you so much for sponsoring this event, Brad.
It's been good. I'm glad we've been allowed to be a part of it. It's been great.
Sunday morning rain is falling. Dress and covers your some skin. Clouds are shrouding us in moments unforgettable. You twist to fit the mold that I am in.
On the close side of the screen here, we've got 291. Okay. We've got the Vine Brothers, and on the other side we have Albano and Pointing. I'll just get the scorecard up for you guys.
Yep, just got a point. It's 391.
391, thank you, Sumi. But as we were having a chat earlier on today, the temperature has been skyrocketing. And that looks like it's a second serve, 392 to Albano to currently serve. The game is refereed by wonderful Mark and Erica on the right there. You can just see Erica sitting there. I believe Erica might be learning to be a line judge. Sumi, you're a referee.
Yes, I love refereeing.
What's it like refereeing your first game?
I think it's more difficult than playing, especially when you see all these advanced players playing and they get ball back and forth back and they're volleying the ball.
Yeah.
It's very hard to have those eyes stuck on kitchen.
Yeah, it's hard to not watch the game, right? Like,
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, good
because
shout
you
out.
can't enjoy the game when you're refereeing.
That's a very fair point. 9-3-2. And I think let's see the Vine Brothers playing very aggressively thus far. Oh, good recovery. Back down to a dink rally. Jeez, Dennis is launching it.
That was great work from Dennis there.
Yeah. You had a game against these fellas earlier.
Yes, me and Lee played them.
Yeah, Dennis and Albano. What's Albano's first name?
Paul.
Paul. There we
Yeah,
go.
so Paul and Dennis, they're a very aggressive team. They just come hard most of the shots. There's no slow game.
Okay, and you find that it's as we see a switch here from the boys.
I think especially
what a
against the
shot.
boys, like against Travis and Wes,
Yep.
they don't want to get into dinking rally. They're too good at dinking, so I think
Yep.
it's a good strategy to go just hard and see how many points you can get.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that the Vine Brothers are the gold stuff. As
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
Well, I was surprised that they dropped a game against Ollie and George,
Okay.
because Ollie and George haven't played together before, and it's first time teaming up and taking them So I was surprised that they finished second in their pool today.
And that was in the round robins, correct?
Yes, in the round robin
Yeah,
games.
okay. Yeah, right. So, yeah, Wes Vine in the white, who's currently he's about to return the ball now. Got voted best men's player from PAQ in our awards session last year. Vine brothers, dominant force, and it's really good to see Travis back on the court. I know he had a pretty severe injury last year, so absolute pleasure to watch these two as we see a speed up there.
Ooh. He did very well to not be into the kitchen there.
Is that Travis?
Yes, because he went around.
Oh, what a shot. Classy there by Paul. Well placed.
It's very hard to get past Wes normally down the line. And that's also on his forehand.
That's a side away.
Yeah, we can see Wes here getting frustrated. Couple of unforced errors.
Still 3-9-1, by the way, for the viewers at home. So
Oh,
not again.
man. He's got Wes twice in a row.
Yeah.
Let's see how Wes responds now. It's 4-9-1, I believe so.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. Yep. Pointing to serve. What a shot.
Well, the comeback's
Yeah,
on.
yeah, not
5-9-1.
Momentum building, and
I think timeout's coming soon.
yeah, I would agree with you. A bit of a speed up there, a bit too low for that one.
Well, they got another serve.
Yep,
so-
second serve. So, Sumi, tell us, when you were playing your games with Lee, what was the general, I guess, play style? It seems this game's very fast-paced. Is that how most of the players were playing today?
Yes, I think, but with Lee and myself, when we're playing, we like to play fast-paced game,
Yeah,
and it's just so much fun to play with him.
yeah. Yeah, I've always found Lee's a very controlled player. He,
Yeah.
keeps mistakes to a minimum. Oh, shot.
Oh, it's
Jeez,
too
Travis
bright.
looks to be in form right now. You wouldn't believe he had a massive injury.
Yeah.
He's come back and you wouldn't know
He's
it.
come back
so,
strong. You don't even believe like he was injured.
so this is match point, 10-3. They've called that long. First game goes to the Vine brothers. That was a good little fight back there by Albano and Pointing, but unfortunately for them, Wes and Travis just too strong in the end.
So we had a request today to change the formats for semi-finals, and now it's best of 3 to 11.
Okay, so
It's
it
very
wasn't
good of the tournament directors, and they were happy to change the format, because most of the semi-finalists requested that can it be changed to best of 3 to 11, because that's when you get a fair idea of the scores.
Yeah.
Because one game to 15, it could just go anywhere. One team gets a run, and there is not enough time to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess speaking of tournament directors, she's just walked past us. That's the superstar Ludovika. She'll be playing in the mix, I believe, later on today. But besides that, she's managing everything else. We'd have to give a big thank you to all of our volunteers for this event as well. You know who you are. You've done amazingly well to assist in the first outdoor tournament for the Queensland scene. If you are just tuning in, we're currently up to game 2 of the semi-final here at the 6-0 Open. We've currently got Vine versus Albano and Pointing, and the Vine brothers have taken the first game. I'm currently sitting here with Sumi Rajpal, who's one of the OGs, the superstars of the Australian pickleball scene. I think if you don't know who Sumi is, you will eventually. I recall an old DPC president, Steve Rogerson, would refer to Sumi as the rock star of the Brisbane pickleball scene, and I think that's fair to say. What do you reckon?
Oh, there are many rock stars now in Brisbane.
Yeah, not wrong. We can't keep up. All these.
All these new players coming
Yeah.
out, they've just taken over. Can you believe George Wall? He's played just a month and he's already a Triple Crown winner at state titles in Melbourne.
There you go. Yeah, I think it's funny. every time I broadcast, I keep referring to a conversation I had with Mike Newell last year, and we both said, give it a year or two and we're both going to be irrelevant because all these new players are coming in, and sure enough, that has occurred. So, game 2 is underway between the Vine brothers and Albano and Pointing to serve. 0-0-1. Side away.
West is
Second
taking
serve.
on Dennis, and Dennis got very fast hands, so it's interesting to see how they go.
Yep.
Because it was not a bad dink from Dennis, and West just blasted it off.
That's a good call there by Dennis then.
Very good sportsmanship. That was a very close call.
Yeah, I mean, usually in a tournament setting, you'd call that one out. So, very well called there by the boys. So this is, I'm seeing a bit of a trend here, Sumi. It seems to be all-out shootout with the teams that have the better ready position, better footwork at the net, seem to be getting into a position where they can finish and capitalise. Do you want to talk about, let's talk about ready position, I guess, because this here is a prime example of what to expect from such a thing. What is a ready position? Do you want to explain to it what it is to players? And
Like you think about it as a clock, right? Like I'll explain as a right-handed because it changes for left-handed players. So you think about it as a clock in front of you, and you're setting up your paddle right in the middle at 12. So most of the players would set up, and I think it's easier to block with your backhand, so you'll go more towards 10:30, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
on your clock. So that would be a ready position. But recently, we had Riley Newman and some pro players coming in Australia, and they've taught us some new ready positions.
okay,
And it's very unique. Like you change your ready position during the game because you're anticipating the next shots.
yeah, I think that's fair enough. And for those that are at home wondering what on earth we are waffling on about, so
Going very technical.
where you see Albano currently sitting at the net, where Pointing has just come up. Oh, as we see some quick hands from the fellas.
That's a good rally.
The ready position is when you find yourself at the kitchen line and you're in a shootout. So when someone speeds the ball up at you and you get caught off guard, players or good players anticipate the speed up. So they have their hands ready, hence the term ready position, to capitalise on the fast play. This is a great example, this game, of ready position techniques, because all we've seen is shootouts thus far. It's a pretty exciting game so far.
I find West's ready position very good. See, he stops before the shot is played, and his paddle's always up. So he's bringing his paddle up after playing every shot.
Yeah, and I recall Sarah Burr was talking about this potentially last year when I had her on one of the games. She mentioned that you never want to be moving when striking the ball, and I guess that comes into play there with what you're saying from the Vine brothers.
So you'll notice from Ryan Brothers, as soon as the opponent hits the shot, like when they're hitting the shot, they're taking a small split step and bringing their paddle up. So that's their ready position.
I think I just heard 5-0-1 from our official mark there. I'll have to confirm it as the boys go in for another shootout. Pointing and Albano to win the point there. Second serve. Okay. I believe that was 5-0-2.
5-0-2.
Yeah. Some pretty exciting pickleball, some great hands from both teams. 6-0-2. Ooh, just gone long there. Bit uncharacteristic there by Wes. He does occasionally do the drive down the line though. So
Yes, normally he plays very much by the book. He'll do his drops, he'll do the drive if you get a short one.
oh, there it is.
I think Travis is the most dangerous player in Australia when he's up on the net,
Yeah.
up on the kitchen line.
He's got
That's the
those,
player I struggle the most dinking to him.
got those albatross arms. You can't get it past him.
Yeah, his arms are just so long.
And we've just seen a
And
wonderful
he
early attempt
leans
there.
forward so well.
There's that speed up again. $162, thank you, Mark. And it's just gone long. Side away. So, Sumi, don't give away too many of your secrets, but when you're taking on the Vine Brothers, what do you do?
I think normally because my usual partner is David Richardson, who's playing right now in Asia Open in Thailand.
Well, he's just won gold, so
He's just won gold and like Team Australia won just gold yesterday,
Yes.
and he played amazing. So when I'm playing with him against the brothers, it's a lot of bake and shake.
okay. And do you want to explain what a bake or shake and bake is to the? As we have a nice little cross-stink.
I don't know if
over
it's
here.
called shake and bake or bake and shake,
Oh,
but, but I can tell you how it works is that whoever gets the third shot, they would drive hard in the middle or in front of them, like whoever the opponent is in front of them, and the next person will poach the next ball and finish the point.
Yeah. Okay. So you're deliberately setting up your partner for a strong finish.
Yes. So you don't want to get into those dinking rally, and you try to finish the point as soon as possible. And if your opponent's got a good block, then yeah, we have to get into the dinking rally because they'll get the ball low and we can't really finish the point. But we are hoping that the drive is strong enough and her partner or the partner can finish that pop up.
Yeah. Okay. That's really good analysis, and I think, especially if you're in that. That's 272. If you're in that, I guess 3.5 category where you're starting to work on your game to get into a bit more of a serious play, these are things you're going to have to be aware of. Players will deliberately rocket at you so that they can have a smash.
Yes.
They're not trying to win the game on the initial hit. Oh, we've got to switch here by
Yes.
pointing an Albano.
It's always like also like when you're playing doubles, you need to think about that you're trying to set up your partner most of the time. You're not trying to win the point.
Yeah. Yeah, you're trying to win the next, from the
Yes.
point from the next
You're
play.
thinking 2-3 shots in advance.
Yeah. That's fair enough too. I think,
That's why I compare pickleball so much to chess.
yep. That's a great shot there by Albano. And 3-7. So we can see here that pointing and Albano are switching, stacking. Sorry, not switching. And it seems to be working for him as we move to 4-7-2. Sumi, do you want to explain to the players what, or people watching, what stacking is?
So in stacking, you can practice just playing on one side of the court. So let's say one of the players have got a stronger forehand, so they might just want to play on the left side and take most of their
Wow,
shots
what
with
a
their
shot there
forehand.
by Paul. Sheesh.
And that's what I'm talking about. Paul's got a very good forehand roll.
Oh, that was his backhand, but yeah. That, okay, so the idea is that you want your stronger forehand to take
The middle.
priority. Yep. Look at this pressure by the Vine Brothers. See how pointing and Albano can respond. Oh, unrelenting.
Very good defense. So just making your opponent play one extra
Yep.
shot makes all the difference.
Jeez. Albano has an unreal backhand. But, oof. Talking about speed,
What a
here
defense.
we go. Yeah. Oh, what a play. And all things are starting to heat up as we move on to second serve. 6-7-2. Albano to serve.
Unlucky Dennis, who's just on the top of the net.
These nets, by the way, for those watching at home, you think it's just a standard net. That thing weighs like 100 kilos.
Wow.
It is, that's an exaggeration, but anyone that's played here in Mooloolaba knows those things are so heavy. But the wind's never going to bother them, so 7-6-2, Travis Fine to serve.
And that's out. That's one of the cheap points. Another cheap points. I shouldn't call it a cheap points because Travis can do a very hard serve and he's been just smacking those serves.
I honestly, just from these few games I've seen today, Travis seems to be just in elite form.
Yep, see,
Look at
he's
that.
got 3 aces in a row. If I was
Yep.
Paul, I would call a timeout now. Missed the 3 returns.
And Wesley comes in and finishes up. And that there is
Yeah.
game 2 to the Vine brothers, and they
So
take the
Wine
win.
Brothers are in the finals now.